अच्छा, इसमें चैलेंज आ जाता है एडवर्टाइजिंग पर्सपेक्टिव से. एडवर्टाइजर डिस्टिंग्विश कर सकता है या डज इट अलाउ द एडवर्टाइजर टू डिस्टिंग्विश कि मैं PUBG के यूजर को मुझे सर्व करना है एड यूनिट, ठीक है, और मैं लेट्स से माउंटेन ड्यू या स्टिंग कोला बेच रहा हूँ विच इज टारगेटेड टुवर्ड्स अ मेल ऑडियंस जो मुझे PUBG पे मिलेगी, लेकिन जो स्टिंग की ऑडियंस है मुझे प्रोबेबली मिलेगी मोबाइल पे और मुझे शायद माउंटेन ड्यू की ऑडियंस मिलेगी कंसोल पे. तो जब मैं एड यूनिट सर्व कर रहा हूं, कैन आई डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन द टू?
You can, because PUBG classifies itself into two distinct IPs. One is PUBG M, which is PUBG Mobile,
right,
and one is PUBG Classic, which is on consoles and PCs.
So,
and while you have crossplay between them, in terms of pushing assets, you can be very specific on where you want to push assets.
And this level of specificity, does it apply to all games?
All games that are cross-platform, yes.
All games that are cross-platform.
So, for example, you wouldn't need this level of specificity if it was cross-platforms on console, matlab Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. Then you wouldn't care because they're the same demographic, they're the same SEC. This question will only come in if there's cross-play between mobile and console. And there are very few and far between. Total 3 से 4 IPs हैं जिनमें ये cross-play है. बाकी they are very specific to their own universe.
अच्छा, and then within this also, there's probably subcategories also. Okay, there's a archetype of a persona that are, let's say, PlayStation owners, right?
Yeah.
There's an archetype of, let's say, Xbox owners.
Yeah.
There's an archetype of, let's say, high-end PC owners.
Yeah.
High-end mobile owners, low-end mobile owners, Samsung owners versus, let's say, the Chinese mobile owners. Yeah. Can you create that level of segmentation?
No, you can't.
You can't.
You can't. Because when you do that on digital media, it's dynamic, right? When you do that in Meta, it's dynamic because it doesn't have a fixed asset that it's running. For example,
असल में Meta पे जब करते हैं ना हम interest देखते हैं. So for example, someone who's a Meta user,
I know, profiling करते हैं, चीजें करते हैं.
तो मैं वही समझना चाह रहा हूँ, can you do the same on gaming?
Because cost of asset बहुत low है ना. आपने अगर 4 अलग किस्म के ad बना दिए और Meta को बता दिया इन scenarios में आपने यही ad चलाने. In gaming, it's pretty much for the time being set in stone, right? Like asset, it's been millions. So you can't really do that. What you could do is, like I said, with console, mobile की bifurcation. अच्छा, ads तो वैसे भी console पे नहीं होते. Console में तो it's a no. You can't show
because you
ads.
paid for the paid for the game.
100%. So there are no ads. So what people do, and that's why only big brands do it. What people do in console is they have in-game assets. So Pepsi will pay for in-game assets. कि जी मेरे Pepsi के cans will appear as power-ups for the next 1 month, right? Or the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Coke will pay कि मेरा billboard लगा होना चाहिए इस famous map के ऊपर on this part of Fortnite map for the next 2 months. Knorr has just done it with, or Knorr, whatever you say, has just done it with Fortnite globally. The vegetable mascots it has, it's littered across the Fortnite map as power-ups. Yeah, abhi is ho raha hai, right? Because they want the asset in-game. But obviously that's a lot more expensive. Mobile में जब आप यही काम करने चाहते हैं तो it's decidedly cheaper. For example, Pakistan में Free Fire is doing it with a few brands. I know for a fact they're going to do it this summers and all of that. तो आप asset placement तो इस तरह कर सकते हैं, but थोड़ा सा broad stroke unfortunately होता है. Because you have to be like, ठीक है यार ये मेरा SEC A के लिए है, SEC ने भी अगर देख लिया तो मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता बिकॉज SEC A की ऑडियंस इतनी बड़ी है, राइट? और वाइस वर्सा, ये SEC C के लिए है, मुझे पता है SEC C इतनी बड़ी है, खेल रही है, तो अगर 2 लाख बंदों ने SEC A की भी देख लिया तो मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है,
राइट?
सो that's the only level you can go to right now because the cost of having dynamic assets is just too high. Like फैजान अगर SEC से A है तो गेम अपने आप को रन टाइम पे चेंज नहीं कर सकता. फैजान को रोलेक्स दिखा दे और किसी और को घड़ी ना दिखाए, जूते दिखा दे, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. It's not possible right now.
Right.
Maybe in the future with generative AI and stuff, I'm sure.
So from a sort of summary perspective, gaming के अंदर जो 3 segments हैं, mobile, PC, console, within those 3 there's 3 further categorizations. Console is the hardest to serve advertising in. Mobile is probably the easiest to serve advertising in. Segmentation wise, you can get to a certain level of segmentation, लेकिन उस तरह segmentation नहीं हो सकती जो social media में हो सकती है, क्योंकि social media में तो interest based segmentation है. यहाँ पे वो उस level पे नहीं, अभी at this point नहीं जा सकते. ठीक है. So there is some limitation for an advertiser.
But let me, because you're summarizing it, I'll just cap it off with a statement कि what we use with high level gaming today, because it cannot segment like that, is proxy methods. So for example, esports tournaments, pop culture events, stuff
ठीक है.
to create brand affinity. So we
ठीक है.
use that angle to create brand resonance rather than showing up on someone's
Right.
newsfeed or timeline.
Right.